I'm joined by the senior pastor at Grace Community Church in Auburn, Washington, Jesse Bradley. Pastor, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lydia, for covering this important topic.
You know, the foundation of this country was God, right? And it's on our money. And now you can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. Do you think, Pastor, that this lack of religion is the root cause of so many issues that we are facing as a nation?
Lydia, as you mentioned, our national motto is "In God We Trust." And that's a decision that we all make so we can be part of the solution. I was an atheist, so when you talk about 28% were nuns, I know what that's like, but I went to Dartmouth College and we read the Bible for the first time, the Gospel of John, and I had questions. I learned about Jesus, and when I put my trust in God, started a relationship with God, my life was transformed. And what do we need now in our country? We need peace, and Jesus is the Prince of Peace. And we need love, and God is love. And we need hope. And the Bible says he's the God of all hope, and we can receive his hope. So religious leaders, they asked Jesus, what's most important? What's the greatest command in the Bible? And he said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, strength, soul, and mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. So yes, Lydia, if we return to God with all of our hearts, we draw near to God, he will draw near to us, and he will bring healing in our land.
You know, Pastor, meantime, across the world, we're seeing Christians, they continue to be persecuted for their faith. A new report revealing that a majority of the 56,000 people killed in Nigeria's ethnic and religious violence, Christians were disproportionately affected. This happened in the last 4 years. Why do you think radical Islamic groups continue to target and want to kill Christians?
Lydia, these are realities that we need to be praying, we need to be advocates, we need to be protecting, we need to take action. We also realize that Jesus says the closer we get to his return, persecution will increase. And the light is getting lighter and the dark is getting darker. And there's a cost for following the Lord. But we need to really take heart and realize, what is life all about? And this is one of those topics, faith, that can be controversial. But ultimately, God doesn't give us a spirit of timidity and fear, but power and love. And we can overcome, we can soar. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. And we're seeing in Seattle here, where there's the least amount of faith in the nation, we're doing drive-through prayer, and many people are turning to God. We launched justchoosehope.org, more people turning to God. So whether it's in America, let's not be sleepy. And overseas, let's support those who are in danger. And ultimately, it comes back to loving our neighbors and living out our faith, abiding with Jesus, and we will bear much fruit.
Pastor, real quick, today is Mary's birthday. Happy birthday, Mary, celebrating the Nativity of Mary. Can you give us a closing message on how important this day is for so many Christians?
Mary had the very best advice in the world. It was the wedding at Cana. Jesus turned the water into wine, and Mary said, do whatever he tells you to do. I mean, Mary was pointing to Jesus, trust Jesus, walk with Jesus. And we're seeing across America, Ohio State, thousands of college students, and we're seeing baptisms and fountains and trucks. And, Mary would be thrilled with what's happening in America that's not being reported about by a lot of media. So thankful for you in highlighting these different stories. And the story is not over. Jesus is risen. Mary saw the crucifixion and then the resurrection as well. That's the good news today. There is victory over the trials we face. Jesus said, in this world you have trouble, but he has overcome the world.
Pastor Jesse Bradley, thank you so much for joining us as always. Thank you.